I have a question. If you had to spend a day with one famous magician, who would it be and why?
Why would you ever ask this question?
If I had to spend the day with one famous magician, I would totally spend it with
Chris Angel.
Are you ready? That's the last one on my list. Remember his insane theme song that just yells out "Mind Freak"? He kind of has like a Hot Topic brand of magic. I'm gonna go David Blaine. I'm gonna see some street magic. I'm kind of into the intensity.
He's cute.
He is, and I'm into the intensity. I saw this special of his where he caught a bullet with his teeth.
Yeah, it was insane.
I'm sort of into that.
Yeah.
That seems like he's got a powerful vibe and a powerful mouth.
Yeah. He's a little monotone for my taste.
He is. It's like very Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah.
I am going to show you guys something that Kim taught me. I think we were like 7 and 8.
My next pursuit was I wanted to see how long I could survive with nothing, not even air. I didn't realize that it would become the most amazing journey of my life.
How to eat a Kit Kat, and it's pretty life-changing.
If David Blaine told me he loved me, I'd be like, are you sure? Like, that's the same tone you have when you're like, we're out of toilet paper, so we're breaking up.
That's so quick.
Yeah.
So who would you spend a day with?
Those are the only magicians I know.
That's why it was such a good question.
Incredible, and I could ask for nothing more amazing.
Hey, boo-boos and babies and zaddies and grand zaddies. Ooh, this is an episode you've been waiting for. It is the premiere of season 4. We are back giving you great new shows with hot comedians and even hotter nonsense from Jess and I.
Y'all aren't even going to believe the shit that this girl put me through. This girl, Phoebe Lynn Robinson, these last few months since we've been gone. Hashtag Kelly Clarkson.
That was really good reference, but also whatever. You know you had so much fun at the U2 concert.
Can we not talk about that right now? It's deeply triggering.
Anyway, aside from going to the U2 concert, we had all kinds of other exciting stuff happen these last few months, and we cannot wait to share it with you.
And oh my kush, you guys. We're kicking off this season with something truly amazing. I'm a changed woman, transformed, new, unique, brilliant, metamorphosized. And it's all because Phoebe and I got to meet the queens of our dreams, Regina Blurpin Hall, Queen frickin' Latifah, and Jada fucking Pinkett Smith.
I'm happy that we survived the moment. We conducted the interview. They were so fun talking about Girls Trip. We even talked about porn.
Yeah, that was fun. Plus, we've got Monroe Martin and Julio Torres. And in this episode, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be very, very real. Y'all will get to hear me freak out like a total spaz because I love Queen Latifah. So please don't judge me. I'm standing in my truth. Hashtag the real me. Thank you guys. Enjoy the show.
So happy we're back. This is our first show in what?
Years.
2 months?
It's been so long.
3 months?
Yeah, especially in Brooklyn. We're back.
But
New
we're
York.
I know, but Let's start over. That was trash.
I'm sorry. This is our first time back. I didn't know what to say. I got nervous, so I said something
Don't
weird.
get scared.
All right,
This
cool.
is a safe space. We're back in New York.
Here we are. We're back in Staten Island. It's so nice. Said nobody.
I would sooner quit the podcast.
I know. I would literally.
Than do a show in fucking
know.
Staten
That would be like the
Island.
shittiest email to send to you. Hey, we're having a show in Staten. I wouldn't do that.
Well, welcome to Two Dumb Queens!
Brought to you by WNYC Studios.
We're taping live from Barry Ballroom!
Indefinitely Manhattan, New York City.
Most definitely not Staten Island.
Also Also not New Jersey, which your ass just took me to.
Get over
All right,
it.
I got
Oh
some
my
shit
God.
to tell y'all.
Let's
This is
hear it. Let's hear
No,
it.
here's the tea.
Let's
I'm gonna brew
hear
it up
it.
hot and fresh.
You
Tivana.
listen here.
Hashtag
Li-
David's tea. I
Listen
have tea
here.
for them.
Listen here.
This was bullshit.
Listen. Ever since you got your big hair, you got your big attitude.
Okay, listen, puta. If we tell these people
Just because
This
you listen
story,
to Despacito
they are-
does not mean you call me puta.
I've been calling her puta all week. I've been workshopping it. She's been dragging me for Despacito. Listen, okay,
what's
where
going
do we
on?
fucking start with the crime?
Let's start it. Let me hear it.
All right, so let me tell y'all something as to why I ended up in New York.
For the listeners at home, I loudly sipped a LaCroix when she started talking. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
You must have shit. Ooh, it's gonna be a long night. Why don't you start? Why don't you start, and then I'm gonna go.
Okay, so for most of you know I'm obsessed with U2. They're my favorite band. So
I heard the cackle of someone who
I don't think
understands why I was at the MetLife Stadium.
I don't understand that loud ass cackle was rude.
She's correct. She was my Patronus. She did what I needed her to do.
It's like, is she connected to Sonos? That was really loud. Okay, so this has been the summer of U2 for me. I have seen them 6 times.
Yeah, what? That was my other Patronus telling you.
Okay, and so 2 of them were for free, so calm down.
But the other ones were not. I mean, the one I went to especially was not free. So I wake up at 11 that day. I think I just gotten back from a trip. I wake up at 11 a.m. and I already had maybe 4 texts from her. This is the day of the concert. And she's like, hey, car pickup is at 3:45. I said, excuse me? When does U2 go on? She's like 8, but we need to see the Lumineers. They start at 7:15. And actually, U2 started at 8:30. So that being said, I had my car pickup at 3:45. And so I'm trying to negotiate my way out of this naturally. I'm trying to feel in our texts, like if there's room for me to wiggle and not go. And she's like, listen, bitch.
I didn't call you a bitch. I said...
She said, listen,
Thank
our
you.
friendship is on the line. And then she told me, look, if you don't want to go, don't tell me now and don't come. And I was like, okay, puta, I want to go, but at a reasonable time. Do not put our friendship on the line. No response. So I realized our friendship was on the line. So I got an afternoon pickup for a fucking show that started really at 8:45.
Okay.
And I'd already seen them perform before.
In my defense, we were going to Jersey. Like, you could only go through the Lincoln Ton-Ton, and like that gets crazy crowded. So I wanted to get a jump on after work traffic because everyone was going to go see U2 that night.
Literally, as we drove through Manhattan, I saw everybody like going about their evening to go home and watch like Dear White People. And from the side, I was like waving at everybody with like tears rolling down my face. Everyone was like, bye, bitch. So
Okay.
we get there, and it is the crowd. There's Phoebe, and then there's me, and then there's everybody else who's at this U2 concert. It's the most like really, really good about my taxes. Like I do it many
Right.
months in advance.
Yeah, it was very much like...
Maybe voted for Trump.
No. It was very divorced Dadchella. That's what I felt like it was.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a lot of like...
Yeah, there was that.
Yeah, there was a lot
It
of
was
divorced
fun.
dads.
I did
yeah.
have fun though.
It was a great concert though, and it was worth standing. We were very close to the stage.
Yeah, it was cool until the Shadow Man came out, and then
Okay, so you know how Beyonce has Sasha Fierce?
don't compare him to Beyonce.
Okay.
Okay, so Beyonce had Sasha Fierce, which is something that kind of worked, but like kind of didn't work.
Yeah, she let it go. She
She
did
let it go. So Bono,
After that press tour, she was like, no more.
right? So Bono has a character called Shadow Man, and so okay, so he wears all black normally throughout the show. So he basically just changed it to like a black blazer
And then
like,
a Goran Brothers hat.
right. So he comes out and he does his song Exit, and he's like full in character, and it's really great. And then there's this one part of
And the character is like, it's more or less him, but it's a lot more like,
yeah, he makes a lot. It's an actor's choice. He makes
not an actor.
he actually
An
fun fact,
actor's choice is
fun
like
fact-
Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln.
Okay.
Like,
but
I'm not.
Fun fact: Bono wanted to be an actor when he was younger.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so he comes out in this character. There's this one part where like the song gets like super turned up, right?
And by turns up, the edge just goes, like it's not exactly what you're thinking, but the edge is amazing, so do continue.
The edge is hot.
He's amazing.
And so it gets like really loud and like gets really quiet, and then Bono's like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the tail. So he does that, and it's like, it's crazy, but it's also amazing.
Let him go, eeny, meeny, and everybody, like, I look over at Phoebe, and she's like, oh my God! But he does it every show. He does the Shadow Man every show. You can read about it, just Google it.
Yeah.
Bono Shadow Man, it's a whole thing.
Well, he said it was also because he like reads like Flannery O'Connor, like it was inspired by literature. Like there's a lot.
Everything's
to it.
inspired by literature. This place was brought to you by literature, so.
Really?
Your
What
literature.
what book was Bowery Ballroom inspired by?
Please Kill Me, The Complete Uncensored History of Punk.
Okay, that was really good. I like that. Okay.
And, Harry Potter, just because, that's like the greatest series of all time. And everything is. I see it everywhere. I see Harry Potter everywhere.
You just had to work it into the convo.
I did. I really am always trying. You got you two, I fucking guess, and I got Harry Potter. Literally apples and oranges or whatever.
To be fair, you have more than Harry Potter because something pretty mage happened.
Yeah, so I have something to tell you guys.
You guys buckle the fuck in.
I'm not even overselling this story. Like, I'm reveling, right? I'm like horny for my own story right now. This is gonna be amazing. Okay.
Can you guys all react like this is the worst story you ever heard, just to fuck with her?
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. That'd be pretty funny. None of that would bother me as a comedian who wants your approval.
All right, let's hear it.
So anyway, you guys know I love Harry Potter. I'm obsessed. My birthday is July 31st. It's Harry Potter's birthday, which so happens to be J.K. Rowling's birthday. And I've been reading these books since I was in the 4th grade. From those books, I feel like I learned a lot about the world and life and good and right and wrong and how people have layers and just so much complicated shit. You can always get something from those books.
Oh
it's
my God,
Bible.
get
Anyway,
to the point.
And you're like playing me off already. And you know how awesome the story is. So anyway, a few years ago, when I was on The Daily Show, J.K. Rowling started following me on Twitter. And I freaked out, and I was like, cool, I'm done fucking tweeting, which is why I don't tweet anymore, because it's like, what do you say when you get to the altar? And
I was telling her, I was like, you should slide into those DMs and like start this relationship.
Phoebe's bold.
Why not?
You're right. I mean, you're right.
slide
There's no
into
reason,
DM.
but I would imagine me on my iPhone and like vomiting onto my own phone. Anyway.
No, it's fine. I slide in DMs of celebs all the time.
I know you do. And hot celebrity peen. Anyway.
Hasn't worked out yet, but I still shoot that shot.
You got it. I will always encourage you to swing away.
Yeah.
Swing away. And anyway, so she messages me, and she was like, I know, this is crazy. And she was like, it's a funny thing. I was looking up people that have my birthday, LOL. And I saw that yours was mentioned, and I was gonna wish you happy our birthday, but I bloody forgot. Anyway,
someone just gasped at a British person saying the word bloody.
I know.
That's literally their go-to word.
No, I came as well. I came when I read that as well. And anyway, she was like, which is typical me. Anyway, I think you are funny, intelligent, brave, and strong. And I always know it's going to be an excellent daily show when you're on. And so I came, and then I cried, and I shat myself. I did everything, right?
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Anyway, cut to, you guys know she's very lit on Twitter. This last year, she's been losing her mind. We've all been losing our mind. And she recently had a manuscript stolen. And so I was really drunk at a bar, and Phoebe had been telling me I should reach out to her. And my boyfriend had been like, you should just message her. You should just message her right now. So I was like, okay. So I slid in her DMs, and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry about this situation. And she was lit up, and she talked about politics and everything, and was like, anyway, I'm rambling like Dumbledore. And I was like, ah! And it's so fucked. And she was like, anyway, are you gonna be in the UK anytime soon? And she's like, I promise I'm not this talkative over the fourth cocktail. And I was like, and so it just so happened that I was going to London a week from then to go do a screening of my movie, The Incredible Jessica James. So I get back to her, and she's like, great. So she made us drinks reservations at 6:30, and then dinner reservations at 7:30. So I was like, so anyway, it's the last night of my trip in London. And I go to this really beautiful hotel, and I'm waiting, and I'm scared, I'm shaking, and I go up to the hostess. It's just this old hotel, it's been there for ages. And I'm like, sorry, I'm here to see somebody. And the girl was like, who? And I was like, and she was my age. And she was like, what's the name under? I can help you. And I was like, Rowling? And she said, what's the first name?
It's like, bitch, you know who I'm trying to see.
But sometimes hostesses be trying you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And so I was like, JK? And she was like, let me see. And so she looked, and then found her, so I'm seated. And then she comes down, and she's just a vision. She's a fucking babe. And so she comes down, and we're talking, and I'm so scared. I'm trembling. I've known about her since the fourth grade. Really, it's insane. I feel if you're 27, you kind of got it just right at that cusp when Harry Potter was coming out and everything. And so I'm nervous at first, and I'm just talking to her, and once we get past maybe it's so nice to meet you, thank you for having me, then it just everything falls into place. And so she said so many wonderful things about me. Then I had 2 cocktails, and I was crying, and then I said wonderful things about her. And it got to the point where it was so weird. We had so much in common that I didn't know if we had things in common as 2 women, or if part of my personality was shaped by the things that she wrote. It was honestly so fucking weird.
You are such a fucking dork.
I was wasted. And so anyway, the woman, our server's coming, and we're so into each other. We're go, go away. We're really loving it. And then at one point, she's like, how did you meet your boyfriend? I was like, well, it started when I was in New York, and I was in my apartment, and I was playing The Sims. And she was like, you play The Sims too?
You guys.
And I was like, so then I stood
it's
up,
a
and I was
popular
like, oh
game.
my
It's
gosh.
not.
It's not.
No. If she was like, I use Palmer's cocoa butter too, then I'd be like, holy shit, bitch.
No. Everybody drags me for playing The Sims. Don't you dare fucking start with me. That's not the same as a British white lady using cocoa butter. How dare you? Anyway, we shut down the bar, and then we shut down dinner there's nobody there. And then we had another drink in her room, and we watched Lemonade, and then...
That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool.
She put on her glasses. I was cool. And then I was well, have you seen Cranes in the Sky. Like, do you know about the seat at the table? And she was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, let me tell you something. So then I showed her like Solange videos.
That's like really cool.
And then I went
that.
home and I flew back the next day and it was like insane. Like it was really like an incredible experience. And I texted her a few days later. I was like, hey, have you heard of Roller Coaster Tycoon?
That is literally such a waste of her time, a waste of your LTE service, a waste of the fucking invention of the phone, for you to text your hero about Roller Coaster Tycoon. You had 72 hours to think of a text.
Puta.
And
Puta.
that was a text?
Puta.
That was the text?
Puta, listen. Have you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon?
No, because I'm busy.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm busy.
Everybody's busy, but let me tell you something. She played Roller Coaster Tycoon. Look, y'all.
Did you get a picture with
This is
her?
my journey. No, I completely forgot.
You didn't get a picture with her?
I completely forgot. I know. I was really bummed. I think I FaceTimed you or I called you afterwards and you were like, where's the picture?
Yeah,
and I was
I
like,
yelled
I
at
completely
you.
forgot. I was
Yeah.
so sad.
You always
But my
gotta
mom
get
was really nice.
content.
My mom was like, no, it was for you. And I was like, oh, thank you.
She's your mom.
That's
She
like a
has
mom
to say
thing.
that.
Yeah,
She
I know.
has to say that.
Anyway, I am so fucking excited for the surprises we got on the show for
You
y'all
guys-
tonight. You guys are gonna die.
You
You're just
guys
gonna die.
like literally don't even fucking know.
Like, you don't know? I'm so excited about this show tonight that I have been FaceTiming her all day to get her to talk to me about this show tonight. So, yeah, we
It's gonna
don't
be-
do that often.
It's gonna be
so-
fire. Are you guys ready for more show? Our next comic that we're gonna bring up is very, very funny. He performs all over the country. You may have seen him on The Tonight Show. Please give it up for Monroe Marcus!
Thank y'all for coming out. I'm happy. I'm in a relationship. I like my relationship. I like it. I'm a relationship guy. Like, I like certain shit that you can only get in a relationship. Like, I like being the little spoon. Like, I fucks with the little spoon. I fucks with the little spoon. You can't be the little spoon where you're just sleeping around. Like, you get a one-night stand, and then after, she's like, you want me to go? No, I want you to hold me. Is that possible? I found a girl that would do that shit. She did it, no questions asked. I just hinted, like I just like rubbed my butt like on her stomach, like what's up? She was like, oh, okay. I like that shit. I'm a big dude, hold the fuck out of me. My lady's little. My lady is really tiny. My lady is 5'1", I'm 6'5". Yeah, it's awkward for y'all. Y'all are picturing it. You're like, really? How does she get up? Here, it's like when she spoons me, I feel like I got Yoda on my back. Like, that's how I feel. Just start petting her head. Also, why don't God, because I can tell you like being spooned. I can see it. Because when I said it, your eyes lit up, me too. Me too, I likes it too. That's something that we should spread the word. We should tell our friends that shit. We should. I can't wait to like tell my friends. Because they're always bragging about like, oh, I got with this chick the other night. It was fucking crazy. It was bananas. I can't wait to be like, yo, me and my girl spooned all night, nigga. I mean like all night. That shit was relaxing. Like I felt energized for the next day. Felt like I can conquer the world. I love it. I love her. I want to get married, but I want to wait. I gotta wait a while. I gotta wait for her dad to stop being so cool. Her dad's cool as shit. And we watch a lot of Say Yes to the Dress. Like she put me on to that show. That show was fucking awesome. That That show's fucking awesome. I love it. I just wish they would be more honest with the people trying on a dress. Like, they need black gay dudes on that show. They do. They got like one dude, but he ain't like fucking hard enough. Or he's just like, I ain't even gonna look at you. I can tell by your silhouette that shit don't fit. Fuck yes, no, bitch, no. I love that show. We were watching the Dad episode, and this got me in my head. We were watching the Dad episode, and in that episode, one of the ladies, she was like, my dad is the most important person in my life, and I found a man who loves me the same way he does. Oh, that's a lot of fucking love. You understand? Your dad loves you because he has to. You're his project. He created you. I could never love my woman as much as her dad does. He gave her so much. Like, she's first generation American. She's Colombian. And he and his wife came over here to give them a better life, to give them a chance at like surviving and like living well. And I'm like, I can't give you that. I can give you Netflix and a couple of Jordans from time to time. I can't compete with your fucking dad. I'm waiting until they get in like a blowout argument. Then I'm like, would you marry me now? Buy some fucking time. She wants to have kids though. She does. Anybody have children? Children, you have kids? Yo, somebody, only one person was me. Everybody's like, who the fuck? Shouldn't you be home right now? She wants him. I'm nervous. It's because I am not from like I had it kind of fucked up when I was younger. Like my mom, I'm afraid that I'm gonna pass some shit down. That's what it is, right? Like I feel like behaviors are hereditary. Most people think like diseases are, certain behaviors are hereditary. Like addiction is very like fucking prominent in my family. Everybody was addicted to something. My mom was addicted to drugs. My dad was addicted to not being around. I don't know what I'll pass down. Like, I don't know. That's a real addiction. I haven't found anything I'm addicted to yet. I don't do drugs. That shit ain't that cool. I want to be addicted to sex, right? Because that's a cool-ass disease. No one's ever felt sorry for that guy. You just want to hear the stories. Tell me how you let your addiction get the best of you. I measure all my addictions by homeless people, and I read their signs. And they'll tell you what the fuck ruined their life. Most times it was like, I'm an alcoholic, I'm trying to get my life together, I lost my family, I'm addicted to gambling. But I've never seen a homeless dude with a sign and be like, I can't stop fucking these bitches. And I lost my family. I don't know if I'm gonna be a rough parent. Right? I don't know. I'm not an angry guy now, but I think it changes when you have children. Like my mom, she was pretty aggressive. Like my mom would do things like, first of all, I see my mom and dad fight, and they did it a lot. But like the one time I see my mom get the best of my dad, it was like dope as shit. Like my mom is 5'9", my dad is 6'5", and I watched my mom jump up and put him in the headlock and like fucking bring him down. But not only did she bring him down, she leaned back and I was like, she know what the fuck she doing. She went, rah! He's like, ah! He was on his tippy toes. I was like, holy shit. This is the strong black woman. My mom was rough, man. She was rough as shit. She was rough, but also like my mom, she liked being fly all the time. Like, we were fly to like cover up how bad we were doing. Like at one point we were like sleeping on like a freaking king size mattress, me, my mom, my sister, right? But every day it had like new jewelry, new Jordans, all that shit. But the catch was I couldn't play in that shit. If you was black, you had 2 pair of clothes. You had your play clothes, and then you had your clothes to let everybody know you're doing well. Right? And one time I made a mistake and I played in my fucking, hey, don't fuck this up clothes. And that's when I knew my mom cared about the clothes more than she cared about her kids, because I like scraped my fucking knee on my bike. And most parents would run out and they'd be like, are you okay? Let me kiss your boo-boo. And they kissed the little fucking cut, they get blood all in their mouth. Which I'm not doing for my kid. I'm like, ew, wipe that shit up. Like I'm I'm not cleaning up poop when it's running down your legs. A lot of stuff I'm not doing. But I watched my mom like do this. Like she came out and she got angry and she was like, what the fuck did I tell you? What the fuck did I tell you about playing in your jeans? What did I say? If you want to play, you take your jeans off, you play naked. Skin heals, denim doesn't. Like, you know what's funny? Like, I had dreams of a kid, but I dreamed of like dumb shit that I know I should have went to therapy for. Like, I always dreamed that I would be possessed. Like, I love horror movies, and I was like, ooh, I want to be possessed. But I noticed only white kids get possessed. Only white. What's wrong, devil? You don't like black bodies? So like the devil, like, I'm not trying to get shot. I'm trying to take over the world. I always wanted to be possessed. Right? White kids do get possessed very easily. They do. They get that shit like chicken pox get passed around. They do cool shit when you possess. You fucking projectile vomit, turn your head around and shit. That shit is awesome. You see them, they're like, I'll never be able to do that. My mom would smack the devil out of me. The moment I get possessed and I'm fucking turning my head around, she'll smack me back. What the fuck did I tell you about turning your head around in your sweaters? What did I say? I said if you want to get possessed, you get possessed naked. I want a kid, but I want to wait. I want to wait just a little bit longer. I want to wait till technology improves, where the ultrasound will tell you the sex and the future of that baby. Like, I know it's almost here. Like, I fucking know it. I know they can do some shit like that. Because they got that fucking little, Apple got that pen. You write some shit, they kind of remember it. You know what remembers what you wrote? Paper. Like, that's, you don't need batteries, you don't need a USB. Just, I fucked up, and throw it away. We can take that money, we can put it into that. And I'm not asking for like a fucking long, drawn out, detailed thing. Just like some cliff notes, like, you're gonna have a boy, he ain't gonna be what you want him to be. Do you want a couple more stamps on your passport, or you wanna fucking be a dad? And it's like, get them stamps. Look, I know, I feel it in the room. Y'all fucking trying to turn on me. Who cares? Look. Cause I feel it. I fucking feel it going, oh. I know that with that idea, I wouldn't have made it through. I know I wouldn't have made it through. If they had told the doctor, Ms. Martin, your son is gonna be 6'5", 250 pounds, athletic build, and the comedian. What do you wanna do? Kill it now, are you fucking serious? I don't want no big ass clown, I want courtside seats. Y'all have been dope, thank y'all, I appreciate it.
I'm former U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara. My new podcast is called Stay Tuned with Preet. It's about how power works in America. I talk to Justice Department officials, to federal judges, even to a former defense secretary. And I tell the story of what happened when Donald Trump fired me. It's a collaboration between WNYC Studios, Cafe, and Pineapple Street Media. Get it wherever you get your podcasts.
Doing good? That's great. We're all doing good. We're all looking good. We're all eating okay. We're all drinking the appropriate amount of alcohol.
And LaCroix.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you can't always be happy.
What? What's happening?
I feel like this summer has been a summer of positivity. It's been really great.
It's been good.
It's been awesome. But we've had some dinglings on Twitter.
Some real ding-dongs.
Coming at us. And I don't know if you guys saw this. You probably didn't because you have lives. But there's a picture of me. I have lost some weight recently.
You look amazing.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. But there's a picture of me with Jess, and I was wearing a crop top and a little skirt. And then Jess was wearing a Led Zeppelin t-shirt. And
thank you.
If only that was the reaction that picture got on Twitter. Literally 75 white guys got so mad that Jessica was wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt. And then a bunch of dudes said I was pregnant just because I'm not super skinny. And it was really fucked up.
It was very upsetting. We were like tweeting at them and then texting each other and then It was just weird because, well, I know what made me upset. It's like Led Zeppelin is like one of the biggest rock bands of all time. And these guys were getting really defensive about it. Like, I bet she doesn't even know what that is. Blah, blah,
right.
Blah. So I was trying to double team them and be like, my argument was like, shut the fuck up. They're like the biggest band of all time. And then your argument was,
oh, I got like real lit. I was like, actually, black people like invented blues and rock and roll, so it's fucking fine. Like, I put on my doctorate degree and I was like, listen, motherfucker.
She wrote a paper.
But
in 140 characters.
But they were just like, Jessica's cultural appropriating. How can she like? And it was like
some Pepe shit. It was some Pepe shit.
Yeah.
You guys know. You guys engaged. You know what it is.
Yeah. It was terrible.
There. It was Pepe.
It was really lame. And then that one white lady, when you called her out for,
I specifically was like, "Oh, are you saying I don't know about this band because I'm black?" And then she cowered and she was like, "No, I just meant." Because, like, you're young, and my niece wouldn't even know what that is. I can't wait to watch you guys' show. And we were like, we have a fucking podcast. Why don't you read tweets?
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. She backpedals so quickly. It was great.
She was like, meow.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I went to Cape Cod this weekend for the first time.
Ooh, that's fancy.
It was insane. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say I had an amazing time.
Yeah.
My boyfriend and I went to go visit a couple friends, and I had an amazing time, but Cape Cod was bonkers because that is a place where whiteness has been uninterrupted since the Pilgrims. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like it. It was like...
Really?
Yeah, it was like older white people heaven in that...
Wow.
The median age is 74.
Okay.
So that being said, there were like a few really delicious like choice restaurants.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have boats. So we went out on a boat and we were watching like a sailing race, which was lit.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And then while we were there, we ran into other white people who were like members of the family of the people we were visiting. So they were like, hey, Ted, hey, Janet. Like, it was insane, but we were like passing on boats.
Wow. Cape Cod sounds like pretty cool to me.
No, it was lit. It was amazing. I had a great time. Like, we should go back like next weekend.
Was all the wait staff people of color? Is that the situation?
No, actually, it was weird. A lot of them were like Irish.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very weird. But then, yeah, the 4 black people I saw there were all wait staff, and it did feel like Get Out a little bit.
Right.
But it was insane because when I was walking around, like, I got so much hair shit. Like, we were driving around in a Tesla, which ruled. That's the car of the future. And I got out, and as soon as I got out, I had been there maybe 5 seconds, but this older white lady comes up to me and she's like, is that car big enough to fit your hair?
You know, the thing is, it's on the edge.
It's not bad.
But it's fine.
Yeah, it does. It didn't fully land as offensive.
Your hair is big.
Yeah, yeah.
And cars can be small.
When I get into...
I'm a white person whisperer.
No, you're right.
That was cool.
When I get into a Camry, you're like Sarah Huckabee Sandersing,
right.
like her words.
Not gonna take any more questions.
so infuriating.
She sucks.
I know.
That's when I
So
went,
it was weird. And then right before we left, this white guy was like, I gotta ask you. And I was like, what? And he's like, do you ever get tired having to wash your hair all the time? And I took half a second and I was like, no, because black people don't have to wash their hair as much as white people. Thank you, see you later. And I just laughed.
That's great.
Poofed out.
That's great. I think both our styles, because I have the blue thing going on. So when I went home to Cleveland, I got a lot of compliments from white people at like Wahlburgers, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was just a lot of...
I'm not going back to Cleveland for a while.
You should. Cleveland is so great, but it was fun because my brother and I took him to see the NBA Finals game when Cleveland was playing. They lost, but it was like really cool to see like male athletes that up close.
It's bananas. My dad, since I was a kid, he's always had season passes to the Clippers games. So I'm from LA, and he was a ride or die. But it is really crazy to go to those games and then see just how fucking big these dudes are. You're like, oh, wow.
That is hot. I also feel that way about because I've been a huge tennis fan all my life, but like I was watching Wimbledon, and it's like when I was growing up, I feel like the men didn't grunt. It was very like a silent, like waspy game, and so do they just hit and they
just hold it in,
no emotion, and like now every guy's like, oh, 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 and I'm like, it's so hot. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, get those grunts out. There's something very primal and erotic about that.
Like, have you ever seen Rafael Nadal play? He's like just super...
No.
Okay, so
tell me about it.
He was like kind of a bad boy at tennis for a second because he wore like...
Was he like a bad boy? Did he wear his like clothes backwards?
No, so he used to wear sleeveless shirts, which on some of the tours you're like not supposed to bare arms.
Oh.
And so everyone's like he's such
Senate.
a rebel, but he is so good at grunting that I feel like we've had sex.
Really?
It's like intense.
What is it like? Oh! Why is he like, oh!
It's like, oh! 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 And he's like, come on!
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's hot.
anything I see about tennis, like in the news, the shot is always, like that's always what the shot is.
So it's hot.
I think my tennis grunt would be like, facts about me or something.
That would be your grunt?
Like, be like, my favorite ice cream is vanilla.
I would like to see you get all of that out before you hit the ball.
I'm a Leo. I love fans. They'd be like,
cute.
fire me. What would yours be? I have a guess.
What?
I feel like yours would be just like a very extra, like sexual moan.
Like what?
Oh, daddy. Like, oh, zaddy.
Oh, Zaddy. Hey, Grand Zaddy.
Or you're like naming dudes you think are hot. You're like, John Hamm.
Idris Elba. Catch my puss. Like that would just be the whole like. John McEnroe's like, well, we're going off the air.
Always ready to hate.
Fuck him.
I know, he's trash.
Oh my God. Come on. We're so cute, you guys.
I love us. Let's never stop.
Yeah. Are you guys ready for our show? Thank you so much for
Sticking with us.
coming out and welcoming us back with open arms.
Yeah, it's been great to be back in Staten Island.
Yeah. I hate you so much.
I know.
So we did this like fun thing on Twitter where we just like kind of tweeted out, we're like, hey, we guys, thank you so much for supporting T-Dope Queen. So we just want to invite like 3 of our biggest fans to like hang out with us on stage.
Yeah, we're really
doing a
excited,
podcast.
everybody. So we could just, if we can just get them out here, the fans, please.
Yeah, we are so excited to meet them. So if they could come out, that would be awesome.
We're just gonna interview them and talk and. Give it up for Queen Latifah. Hey. Yeah. Hey, everybody. What's up? Jada Pinkett Smith. Hey. And Regina Hall. girls' night. Sorry, girls' trip. I watched it. I've seen it. It's amazing. Fuck. Oh my
Okay,
God.
Jessica is out of her mind. She
I
meant
can't.
girls trip.
Can you
It's
talk
okay.
to me for a second?
Okay, Jessica.
Yeah, can we talk?
We're just gonna sidebar. Okay,
well,
let's-
come here.
Yeah, let's-
okay.
okay.
Shit.
You,
Okay.
you gotta
can we
get the
sidebar
fuck
too?
together.
So Jessica fucked up the name of our film.
Yes.
all
She
right.
fucked it up. She
Yeah.
called it Girls Night.
She called it Girls Night. The shit is Girls Trip.
Girls. I mean,
Okay, wait, I'm getting dragged right
well,
now. I'm
it's
getting
okay.
dragged.
You know what?
we're supportive in the movie,
This
so
is-
maybe we
this
should
is-
just be supportive
Yeah,
of her
let's
fuck up,
support
you
her.
know?
Okay.
And just
Just
let her
act
know,
like it
you know
didn't
what?
happen.
You can always come home.
Yeah.
You can always come home.
Okay.
Okay, here's
wait,
the
so
thing.
here's the thing.
thing.
Tell me, what?
You can get this back.
Oh, you think so?
You can get this back.
Do you
This-
think I sat too close to Queen Latifah?
I do. I think that her star energy just like messed up
I'm
your
shaking.
equilibrium.
I'm shaking.
And so you forgot language.
Yeah.
But now you got it back.
You think so?
You got it back. You're gonna fucking nail this.
Okay. You look great.
You look great too.
Thank you.
Okay. So
far away now.
I know. You know what? I got a note, and so I'm taking the note. I might come back in a little bit.
So Jess and I just recently saw Girls Trip, which you guys have to
Yeah, it's
see
amazing.
opening weekend. It is fucking hilarious and
great.
phenomenal. So Regina, can you talk to us kind of like how this whole thing came about?
We're 4 girls, and Tiffany Haddish, who is hilarious.
Oh,
is
yeah, she's amazing.
Working, but she's here in spirit with us. We 4 girls who went to New Orleans, and some shit went wrong.
Yeah.
And then it went right.
I like that description of the movie. That
Yeah.
sums it up.
So how were you guys approached about the script, and like were you kind of like, Queen, this movie's amazing, you should do it with me? Like how did that come about? Because it's just like 4 incredible, amazing, dynamic, hilarious, stunning black women doing a comedy. And where you're 4 different complex people. Like we don't get to see that a lot because I think Hollywood just thinks that black women are not 3-dimensional. You guys really, with this film, I feel like you show all sides of us. So that's amazing. So
Yeah.
did you guys, were you in contact with each other about the movie before it started?
Yeah, and we made the decision together, actually, to do the movie. It's been 21 years since we've actually been on the screen together.
Yes.
so-
Set it off.
Yeah, set it off, baby.
Set it off.
That was my question. What has it been like since your first film together, Set It Off, and then this movie, Girls Trip? How has it been to see each other again and work together?
Well, we've worked together
Yeah.
over the years. You know, she's produced me, I produced her. So this was the first time we were actually on screen acting together. So, but it was, you know, we just got an easy flow. Me and
Yeah,
Lyle.
old shoes. Old shoes. It was a lot of fun, you know, getting to spend that much time around Jada because we both have crazy, busy lives, and but to be able to hang out in New Orleans for a couple months,
That was cool.
making a banger of a movie was amazing. I was in at Regina Hall. I mean, I think
Yeah.
she's one of the most brilliant,
brought us both.
amazing
She's
actresses.
brilliant.
Quick-witted, funny. She's been making me laugh for years, and so just the idea of being able to be in a movie with her to me was very exciting.
Yep.
And when they said yes, I was like, oh my God. I mean, really, that was, you can't express into words what it's like, but I was like, oh my gosh, it could really be great.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I was praying. I did prayers though. Don't think a bitch wasn't praying. I was like, these bitches got checks. They not gonna say yes. They got money.
I
They
just love
do-
that you're like so raw in your personal dialogue.
with God.
Yeah, it's very raw. You're like, God, fucking listen. It's me, Regina. Well, that's great. Oh my God, this is like so cool. Can I also say to you, I'm a huge fan of all 3 of you, but growing up, there weren't a lot of like black female women doing like comedy and the way they're like, and you really inspired me when I was a kid. Bringing Down the House is like one of my favorite movies. I watch it often and frequently, and so I'm just so excited that you're here.
Are you okay, Jess?
This is like so fucking cool.
You know, Jazz played my daughter. I mean, Jessica played my daughter in the movie. That is actually true.
We have a history. We have
Yeah.
great history.
Yes, and she was hilarious in the movie.
Thank
People,
you.
places, things. I had a very tall husband
Yeah. Yes.
who had left us, but she was so amazing, and that's where I just wanted to say I think you're amazing and tremendous.
Thank you.
Great to watch you.
Wow. Okay. Great. The movie that we did was People, Places, Things, and she was incredible in it.
I haven't done any movies, but
How'd you guys come together to hook up and do this? This
That's a
is
great
amazing.
question. I used to do a show called The Daily Show, and I was doing a bit, and she was doing a bit on The Daily Show.
well, I was doing background.
I
no
know, but
lines.
I'm like, you're like my friend. It's like
but
literally
background
these
no
three
lines.
Khaleesi's.
Just what's a SAG? Yeah. But
So
yeah.
anyway, we did that, but I knew about her because we both came up at UCB, which is our Upright Citizens Brigade. And I knew I had a white bae, and she had a white bae, and she was like funny, so I like knew who she was. And so she asked me, she was like, hey, what do you, what's like your dream? Because my birthday was coming up. I was like, I would love to try stand-up. And she's an amazing stand-up, so she was like, well, do you want to come co-host my show, Blaria Live, which means Black Daria. And so we went and did that at UCB East, and there were like a couple of people there. No, I was a drag, but I didn't mean to. But I just
packed
meant
out.
to be like.
It was packed
That was
out.
packed out? Oh, okay. I just meant. You're not PolitiFact. Like, don't fact check me right here. And anyway, I just wanted to say it was like a small room, but we've grown into this big, beautiful sort of family.
I think it's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you.
fair. That's fair.
Thank you.
It's been 3 years. We've been working together for 3 years, so it's been really fun.
It's great.
Yeah.
She's my work wife, so we
Yeah.
have a lot of fun
Love it.
making
I love it.
content. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I should ask you, how was it for you guys to see, or you ladies, to see a movie like this with ladies going hard in comedy? You know, this is your realm.
She's so good.
For me, it just felt like when I was watching this, I was like, I want to see more of this. This is fucking amazing. And like, I got mad. I was like, there should be 10 of these.
Yeah.
Because you guys all do like comedy. You also do like more dramatic things. Like, which do you prefer to do?
I love them all. It's not really about one thing or another. It's just like when you get great material, it's just awesome to be able to mix it up. You know, so if you get a great drama, to be able to do that. And if you get great comedy, be able to do that. And maybe I'll get a great porn. I don't know. But star in that, you know.
That's like so tight.
Would you like me to pray for that, James?
That's the only thing I haven't tried yet. I'm thinking, you know, to kind of explore different areas.
I'm
you
gonna
know.
pray for it because definitely they work. So.
What category of porn would you do? Have you thought about it?
Maybe fetish category. Whoa! Fetish category.
Good one.
Good one, right?
Good one.
Yeah, maybe the fetish category. I'd have to talk to Will first, but he might agree. He might be okay with that.
There we go. Somebody's about to get the Vivid Entertainer of the Year award. And I'm going.
What about you, Regina? What category would you you're not gonna I ask the questions that Charlie Rose can't.
Yeah.
That's my brand.
Gosh, I have to think of, there are a lot, you know? There are a lot of categories on those lists.
There are.
What's the angry ones?
I would say
Whatever it was called. Maybe I'd try that one.
I think that's a category up there in Pornhub. They were
Angry
like, it's just
porn.
angry. That's fun.
What about you, Queen?
You know, I think I'd go for the one with, what do you think, Dad? I should go big, right? I'm gonna go for the
Wait, your dad is here?
I'm so
the
sorry.
German one with like 27.
Just a gangbang.
Right,
Just a
Bob?
gangbang.
Don't be no punk. That's Charlie. You go for it. Yeah, I'm smashing 30
Come
of
back.
them.
No.
Maybe 40.
Come back.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
my
That
son
was
is
literally
here.
so
I'm going
disrespectful,
Jaden.
Phoebe.
my God.
No fear in here.
Listen,
No fear in here.
that I am saying right now. Jaden.
that got out of hand.
Definitely.
I love you, babe. I'll be done in a second. Lord, forgive me, Lord. Forgive me, Lord.
Wait a minute.
Lord, forgive me.
Oh, dear.
Did you just skate into this venue with your cool fucking self?
I want to change my category to co-star son's porn.
Thank God he's 19. He's an adult.
He's legal. And luscious.
Best thing I've
Oh
ever
my
experienced.
God.
That's incredible. I would say, thank you for asking, Phoebe.
I was gonna ask you. I
I would want a strong narrative and an interesting plot.
That's boring.
Maybe a sci-fi, but a well-developed, or maybe something that's like, you know, beautiful blackness, like a Take on Fences or something. Because it's important to you know.
To the
I'm
youth.
the opposite. I'm the opposite. I just want like grainy, like cuckold, just like that's it. That's it. Just me being like, no, I don't want that. Like that's all I want. That's great. It's pretty cool.
Lord save me.
So we should bring this back to Girls Trip.
Yes.
Okay. I agree.
Peeled a lot of layers on that one.
We did.
I said, what's interesting is you brought up the former category.
You see what happens when I try to cut loose? You see what happens. That's why I just need to keep it tight.
That's right.
So what is like the one takeaway you hope that audiences leave with after they watch the movie?
You know, this movie, well, first of all, it is called Girls Trip, but you guys have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really gender specific, in all honesty. Like, humor and laughter is universal. Just like us girls can go see Hangover and enjoy it. I've had a lot of men go see this movie, and they don't just like it, they love it. You know, so I definitely think that this movie isn't gender specific, even though it's about women, and it's not color specific, even though it's starring 4 African American women. This is a movie about sisterhood. This is for all women. Trust and believe it. All
Definitely.
women. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it right there. No, you said it amazingly.
Thank you.
See the
Miss
love
Queen,
that
do you
was on
have
this
anything
set.
to add? Like what you want people to take away from this film?
I love the most important part to me is just the way that the sisters rally around each other and how important friendship is. And you get to really see that in this film.
This is why I prayed so fucking hard. This right here. This right here.
That was great.
Right here. That's it. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Jada Pinkett Smith, Regina Hall, and Queen Latifah! I'm really excited about our next comedian. He's very funny, very talented. He's a writer on SNL. Please give it up for Julio Torres!
Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. I am I'm Julio. I'm originally from El Salvador. My favorite color is clear. And I'm an Aquarius. And another fact about me is that I am almost always doing exactly what a Trump supporter imagines that I'm doing. Let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. If you've ever seen me before, you know that I've been a carefree platinum blonde for about 3 years. But today I come to you as a brunette. And that's because I had this suspicious mole on my back that had to get biopsied, and I thought, blonde Julio can't deal with that. This sounds like a job for a brunette. I can't be a gorgeous platinum blonde and be like on hold with my insurance. I wasn't gonna let him do that. I had to protect him. I just got a new apartment, and I signed the lease to the apartment, and I like the apartment. I do. I really do like the apartment, but there's something about signing a lease or a contract that always makes me feel like a young bride looking out the window as my mother like violently tightens my corset. There's something about agreeing to something like that that just makes me feel like the realtor was like, "Isn't this great? Aren't you so happy? Isn't this exactly what you wanted?" And I just felt like, yes, I suppose it is. These are happy tears. Today is a joyous occasion. Because of getting a new apartment, I had to go to the hardware store to get like nails and stuff like that. And I saw something that I hadn't seen in a very long time. I saw a furry toilet seat cover. Are you familiar with? Yeah, they're sort of like if a John Waters film was a furry toilet seat cover. And I wondered what it would be like to interview the artist and creator of the furry toilet seat cover. I think I'd be like, "Hey, so how did you come up with the idea for a furry toilet seat cover?" And they'd be like, "Huh, I don't know. I guess I'm just nasty? I guess I'm just disgusting?" I just finally got around to updating the software on my iPhone, which I had delayed for a while because every time I so much as touched my iPhone, it was like, "Can we do it now?" And there's something I just didn't like that it begged, I guess. But eventually I did, and I was mortified to find out that when you update your software, what used to be the shooting star emoji becomes a meteor. And I don't know if Apple knows that the difference is monumental. Because a meteor is this very gorgeous stroke of iridescence. It's just as it goes from a very pleasing dark blue to a gorgeous baby blue. It's like, tss, ah. That was the shooting star. But when you update, the meteor is just this orange ball of fire. So for the longest time, I thought I was being flirty when really I was being a psychopath. I would get text messages being like, hey, will I see you later? And I'd be like, I don't know, maybe it's... when really I was going, maybe. Growing up, my favorite cartoon character was by far Daisy Duck. Donald's wife, sometimes girlfriend, depending on the writer, I guess. What I loved about Daisy Duck was that whenever she blinked or whenever she closed her eyes, you could see that she was wearing a deep purple eyeshadow, no matter where she was. And I just thought there was something so beautiful and so vulnerable about her accidentally revealing how much she cared. Donald was always late, and Daisy never said a thing. But whenever she blinked, I'd be like, oh no, she dressed up. This was important to her. And I'm not exactly sure how these two moments in the set connect in my brain, but they just sort of do. So to me, in my head, that transitions into a diary entry from Melania Trump's diary. I was burning letters from my family in Slovenia when I noticed my shadow for the first time. I enjoyed moving my fingers and watching it do the same. There's not much in this world I can control, I thought, but you, Shadow, you must do as I say. And one last one before I go. Donald and the others get so mad when they watch the news sometimes. Oh, they get so angry. I just hope they don't take it out on me and turn me back into a cat. I must say, being a first lady isn't easy, but being a cat, oh, I don't miss it. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, 2 Dope Queens.
Give it up for Julio Torres! You just heard Monroe Martin, Regina Hall, Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Julio Torres.
2 Dope Queens is produced by Joanna Salataroff, Jim Point, Paula Schumann, Rachel Neal, Phoebe Robinson, and Jessica Williams. Our team includes Joe Plord, Matt Boynton, Ed Haber, Irene Trudell, Isaac Jones, and Shanoa Estrada. Our theme music was composed by Jeff Brodsky.
This season is going to be lit, y'all. Follow us on Twitter to stay up to date on all the cute surprises we're bringing you this season.
Yeah, and please rate us 5 stars on iTunes. Also, I was just looking at our ratings, and I want to say a huge thank you very much to each and every one of you who like the show and rate us. It means so much.
Phoebe, just quick question. What accent was that when you said thank you very much?
I don't know. I just follow the wind.
You're not Pocahontas, bitch. Hold up, wait. One last thing. For all of you listeners out there in La La Land, aka my hometown, we are bringing Two Dope Queens back to the West Coast. Join us for some very special guests on Thursday, October 5th. Go to twodopequeens.org and click on upcoming shows to buy tickets. All right, y'all. Till next time.
Bye, Q. Bye. Our team includes Joe Plord, Matt Boynton, Ed Haber, Irene.
Good. It's also produced by my butthole.